And welcome back to another episode of Movies for the People, brought to you by Lloyd's Bedroom.
Bum-ba-da-da. Here we are.
Yeah, it's your boy Droid. I think this is like episode 5 from my room.
It's becoming the new norm here. I'm starting to actually like it.
Nah, you don't get to stay here. Don't get comfortable.
But what if I want to stay?
No.
I don't want to go home.
That's why I sit on the bed, you sit in the chair.
But they hit me.
Well, what'd you do?
Nothing.
Just in case anyone was wondering, the question isn't ever what you do. Assholes. Anyway, we're here to talk about movies.
I'm Ace.
And I'm Droid.
And this is Movies for the People.
Yep.
What did we see this week?
Boy, we saw so much.
How much?
So much that I was left reeling after leaving the wonderful Wizarding World, brought to us by the wonderful woman known as J.K. Rowling in Fantastic Beasts 2, The Crimes of Grindelwald.
Is it Fantastic Beasts 2, Crimes of Grindelwald, or is it just Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Grindelwald?
I mean, it's 2, but like Fantastic Beasts, Crimes of Grindelwald.
Okay. I'll let it slide this time. But I'm not sure about that one. You better check your facts next time.
First off,
nigga.
Don't get your ass beat. All right.
I'm sorry.
I got the home field advantage.
You do. You got paper? You can give me a bunch of paper cuts?
Now I'll fucking smack you with this Bluetooth speaker our phones are charging from.
That shit is dense, too.
It is. So yeah, what were your initial thoughts?
My initial thoughts walking out of the theater was and it's still the same ones I have now, just so you guys know out there, people. I was quite disappointed.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I just feel like this was the first Harry Potter movie to not impress me with their magic. Like, I felt like it was very lackluster. Like, the first one, I was so entertained by all the new monsters, and like it felt different and magical in a new way than Harry Potter did. This one, I just felt like there wasn't enough magic. I don't know. This to me feels like a setup movie for the third one, but I don't know. I'm just gonna have to see the third one to really fill it out.
Well, I definitely don't agree with that. I'm surprised. Actually, I'm surprised. I mean, I guess we didn't really talk about it after the fact.
We didn't, because I knew. I felt like this, and I was like, if I bring it up now, we're gonna waste some good energy that we could have on the podcast with the shock.
I appreciate that. I guess I'm also a little bit disappointed in it, but it is what it is, I guess. I mean, I liked it. I think that there was more than enough magic, honestly. Like, there was literally a point at which I was like, I get that this is the Wizarding World, but people out here doing some wild shit, and everybody's just okay with it. Why is there nobody questioning what's going on? I'll tell you when I thought about that, but we'll get into that in our spoiler full review.
Yeah.
I don't know. I liked it. There was, I mean, obviously there weren't as many, like the focus wasn't as much on the magical creatures as the first movie, but I don't think that that's a bad thing. Like, we can't have every movie be about Newt going to find magical creatures.
I mean, that's kind of what his kick is. I mean,
it is, but this is more about the implications of his actions and the ramifications of what happened, you know, coming from like the people he's met. And I get that all we've ever known about this guy is he wrote this book, and then they're like, oh, well, we're making a movie about this book that he wrote, but he wrote the book. People have read the book, and now we're past that. That was all we got as far as his story is concerned, and now they're expanding past that into things that like have never been expanded upon before, but we know happened.
Why is this movie called Fantastic Beast?
The Crimes of Grindelwald?
Like, I get the Grindelwald part, but
there were Fantastic Beasts, nigga. I will ask you again. Have you ever heard of a Kelpie, nigga? Have you ever seen a horse that was almost like a dragon made out of kelp?
No.
Nigga.
So they give us one scene so it can be called Fantastic Beast?
I don't even remember what that fucking lion shit was called.
Let's not spoil all the beast. But what I'm saying is this isn't a Fantastic Beast movie. I really like the Fantastic Beast movie and the magical experience of experiencing all these new different animals.
Mm-hmm.
This had none of that. There was a couple scenes. The things that they promoted, I didn't get you didn't really get anything from it.
I very much disagree with that. And the reason I very much disagree with that is because, first off, this movie didn't have nearly as much promotion as the first one, which is kind of weird to me.
Yeah.
But most of the promotion that was done had to do with the Grindelwald situation. Very little of it had to do specifically with the beasts. Like, if we go and look at the trailers right now, you'll not get scenes of...
Well, they showed Grindelwald,
mm-hmm.
and there was a lot of Grindelwald, and I expected that.
Mm-hmm.
They also showed a pretty good amount of Dumbledore.
Mm-hmm.
Barely any Dumbledore.
But there's a reason for that.
There is a reason for that. And if I don't get more Dumbledore in the third one, I'm going to flip my shit. Because let me tell you, this Dumbledore, Jude Law killed it. He's a great actor.
It was Jude Law, yeah.
He fucking killed it. I was worried going in. Like, he looked like cool, but like Dumbledore in the original Harry Potter movies had this like swag about him, like Obama had. Like, he's lightweight nerdy, but like he's cool at the same time. And this is like how Obama had that Barry movie come out.
Mm-hmm.
This is Albie. I don't know. Also, I don't know. I don't think they explained everything the best way. It kind of was all just everything's thrown right at you in the beginning, and there you go. And now watch it all unfold.
I mean, what do you mean by that?
Like, this is where I don't want to spoil it.
Okay, don't spoil it. But like, is there any way you can elaborate?
We'll elaborate more on that in the spoiler discussion.
Okay,
but I don't think it's a bad movie.
Okay,
but I don't think it's up to the standard of Harry Potter. Maybe with the first couple.
The first couple movies?
Mm-hmm. Which are good movies, but they're also kind of because they stuck too much to the books. And the director just really didn't understand how to capture the world of Harry Potter like the later director did.
I think, you know what's interesting in what you just said? And I think this is like something that is kind of becoming a problem.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you say the world of Harry Potter, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's the wizarding world. Like, Harry Potter is like what got us into like why we know about this.
Mm-hmm.
But Harry Potter is just a character in the grand scheme of things. Like, the world had persisted before him and will persist after him. I wouldn't be surprised if we get stuff in the future that's like after the original Harry Potter movies.
Well, we'll get the Cursed Child, definitely.
Yeah, I don't want that to be a thing. Anyway, yeah, but I think it's like, I think that people have to understand that, like, in this case, things can be separate and good.
No, but I'm saying, that's what I'm saying, is the first one was. If you're experiencing the wizarding world, and this one, I don't want it. Like, there's 2 scenes of action. 2 of like wizards fighting.
Okay.
And they're not entertaining. The special effects were trash. It's super dark out. I wasn't a fan.
I really want to. I wish we could just skip forward to our spoiler discussion because I really want to talk about this.
Basically, my opinion is, I think it was a little bit lackluster for a Harry Potter movie. I know you say they're separate. It's a Harry Potter world. You get what I say. I understand it's separate from the actual Harry Potter story, but it's easier to say Harry Potter than Wizarding World.
Give it the respect it deserves.
No. But that's my opinion on the movie. I would say go see it, though, because it's fucking Harry Potter, and there's going to be a third one. So you might as well go see all of them. And I would hate for this movie to not do well. And then the third
because
one
you talk shit about it. I would blame you. I just want you to know.
I still think it will look best on the big screen.
Yeah.
Maybe not. I don't know. I haven't seen it on the small screen.
I think it looked best on the big screen because I enjoyed the special effects. I think they were pretty good. Especially in one particular thing, I thought it was great.
There is good scenes, but there's also scenes like the action scenes are not up to par. Like the fighting scenes. I should say not action scenes, because there are a lot of action scenes. But the fighting is.
Well.
What are your thoughts? Yeah, just to wrap it all up here.
Well, I enjoyed the movie. I thought the special effects were pretty good. What?
Did you say boovie? I enjoyed the boovie.
I enjoyed the movie. I thought the special effects were good. There's not really much that I didn't like about it, honestly. I thought Grindelwald was written to be a pretty great villain. I think Johnny Depp did well playing him.
I agree with that. Johnny Depp did do well as Grindelwald. I think I was worried, but I was pretty happy with it.
I think the acting as a whole was pretty good. I enjoyed seeing more of the world and them kind of expanding on, like, we saw outside of even, like, normally we're used to, like, the UK and then we go to, like, America, and then this last one we went somewhere else. And I was like, oh, that's cool. We're just expanding this world.
But what new did they show in that world?
Huh?
They didn't really show anything new. It's stuff that's all.
But you have to understand
very similar to the originals.
No, but what you have to understand is that, like, there's no part of the reason that these are shown is because you don't know that they exist necessarily. Like, the biggest, like, even in the books, I think we get like 4 books in before you even know that there are other wizarding societies. So, like, acknowledging that that's a thing outside of what we're used to is pretty important. But I think, and this is, unfortunately, this is something that has to happen in the spoiler full review that you guys better listen to. If you haven't, then you should. If you haven't watched the movie, then you should, come back and listen to our spoiler review.
Definitely.
But there are some elements that we wouldn't get if there weren't other regions of the world where magic was as big of a deal as it is. I guess as far as like what we saw new from that place in particular, there wasn't very much. It was more of a setting thing than necessarily something to drive the story. It honestly could have been anywhere else and been the same. But I enjoyed going somewhere different.
Me too.
Because when you spend 8 movies in the same place.
The first one of The Fantastic Beast and Where to Find Them was in a different place.
Yeah, I know.
I could have explored that one a little bit more. They didn't have to switch it up so quick. Go to somewhere else, Maybe the U.S. wants a little shine.
Yeah, but that's not Newt's thing. Newt's thing is not, hey, let's go to the U.S. Newt's thing is, I'm a world traveler. Yeah, and the marketing was not on par with, honestly, anything else in the series.
It wasn't good. I'm upset with you.
If that's the biggest complaint I have about this movie, the marketing was trash.
But I say we move on to trailer talk. But before we get to trailer talk, we like to do a couple things. First of all, we'd like you to come follow us on Twitter at ___ for the people. And
if you didn't get that, that's ___ for the people.
And it is also ___ for the people on Instagram.
And if you need these instructions in Spanish, please press 2.
L____. I don't know Spanish, but no hablar español. But there's a couple things that I want to say.
Important things?
Something personal that I wanted to say.
Oh, okay.
And
this isn't exclusive, you guys. I haven't even gotten this yet.
And this is let me get some water before I go into this.
Oh, he has the water at the ready. Canteen and everything. Is that actually water? Okay. I don't know. You be looking for some liquid courage or something.
Fuck you, Bill Maher. You piece of shit. You are a horrible human being.
Oh, man.
First of all, keep Stan Lee's name out of your motherfucking mouth. You unimportant asshole. You will never be as good as Stan Lee at anything.
Oh.
Ever. You won't be a legend in comedy. You won't even be the best political comedian on TV. That will be Jon Stewart. Forever. Then maybe Hassan Minaj. Not you. And don't think we forgot when you said nigga. And then apologized to Ice Cube. Like Ice Cube speaks for all black people. Fuck you. And that's all I had to say.
I second that. Yeah, Bill Maher's a piece of trash. If anybody doesn't know, Bill Maher basically came out and said that, like, he's not surprised. But after Stan Lee died, he basically came out after everybody's mourning a legend's death, and he's like, I'm not surprised that Donald Trump would be elected as president in a country where people believe that comic books are important, which is bullshit. It's a bullshit opinion from a bullshit shitty person who, I don't know what he enjoys in life, but it's just as important as what anybody else enjoys in life. So for you to belittle everybody who appreciates something different than you is really shitty. And for you to disrespect Stan Lee is maybe fighting words. I hope you get catch a fucking 3-piece in the middle of the street one day.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad for you, Bill Maher. I know that's your thing, is going out and being an asshole and just saying whatever to get people mad. But listen, these comic book niggas ain't nice, bruh. Spider-Man will come up and put hands on you at your show.
I would love to see some nigga dress up as Spider-Man and beat the shit out of Bill Maher.
That would be hella fun.
You know what? You know? Even better, I'd like to see some nigga dressed up as the Blob. Beat up Bill Maher. Some nigga who like could not feasibly catch Bill Maher just walks onto the set and beats his ass.
Have you seen that gif of like the guy doing like tricks in a Spider-Man costume and then he gets like a buck and he takes off the mask and it's Andrew Garfield?
No.
I would love for that to happen. Like some guy just beats the shit out of Bill Maher and then everyone cheers and he takes off his mask and it's like Tobey Maguire.
Oh my God, that would be beautiful.
But yeah, fuck you. You're a horrible human being. You're not even funny. You're not a good comedian. You have a good manager.
I low-key forgot who Bill Maher was until I like read an article about him talking shit.
Fuck you. Okay, time for trailer talk.
Fuck you.
What'd you pick this week?
Man.
You need some water? I got a canteen.
No, but you didn't put your mouth on it. I don't know where that mouth has been. That's why I always use this mic. My movie for this week is my trailer talk. My trailer. For next week? What?
Huh?
My trailer.
What?
For trailer talk.
Trailers?
Yes.
I don't live in a trailer home.
Well, if you don't shut the fuck up, you might.
All right.
My trailer is it's from a movie called Everybody Knows by Penelope Cruz and Javier Bardem. And it's in Spanish. I'm pretty positive. And it's what? What was that look? What is that look?
Nothing.
Everybody else wants you to know Ace gave me some weird ass fucking squinty ass look. I don't think he appreciates when people speak in Spanish.
First of all, don't throw that out there. I love all of my Hispanic brethren.
Brethren? Nigga, you can't even speak Spanish.
I can't, but I look Spanish.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you?
Bro, I'm dumb, racially ambiguous.
That's a podcast you should listen to.
Stop telling me to check out their podcast.
I like their podcast. Basically, Penelope Cruz plays a mom, and she goes home, and there's like a big family celebration. And it's like, yeah, everybody's fun. The family's all here having a good time. And then the power goes out.
This nigga just danced when he's like, everybody having a good time.
And then the power goes out and like one of the kids gets kidnapped. And I'm pretty sure it's her like daughter. And I was like, oh, that's shitty. We were having so much fun in this trailer. And it's basically like her trying to...
Wait, their dog dies?
What?
Is that what you said?
Daughter.
Oh.
Female child. Offspring of a mother. Daughter.
Daughter.
Do I need to pull out Webster's?
No, I get it.
Okay, cool. Just making sure. Do you?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like you're questioning yourself now, though.
No, daughter.
Okay.
Daughter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Son?
No. So it's like them trying to find out what happened to this child, and it's not done in the form of Taken.
It's not done in the form of Taken?
Yeah, there's no Liam Neeson.
Well, it's just Javier Bardem.
Yeah, but he's not Liam Neeson. I'm okay with that. He's
kind of Hispanic, Liam Neeson. They both sound really funny. They both have weird faces.
Actually, the movie's not in Spanish. Some of it's in Spanish because I remember there being English in the trailer.
Is it like Sicario? Probably going to be about that much Spanish.
I could say that. I could see that. But it looks like it's going to be like a very interesting mystery suspense film, not like some action thriller, like Taken was. Like everyone of Taken. I don't even know if the third one was really a thriller because you knew what was going to happen. Let's be real.
It's probably going to be like what was that movie with the Asian guy with Harold? Searching? Isn't that what it was called? But not in the computer.
I've never seen Searching.
I didn't see it either.
I honestly,
the way you're describing it kind of sounds like that movie.
Yeah, I guess, but like the daughter didn't like orchestrate whatever. I don't really know what happened in Searching, but that's what the trailers made it seem like. The daughter orchestrated that shit.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened.
In this movie, it was like a family get together and the kid was asleep and just got kidnapped.
Oh,
and you know,
what is he like?
It seems like there's
the skills.
The trailer seems like there's more to it though. Like maybe it was somebody close to them.
I mean, most kidnappings are someone close to them.
Yeah, but like in a fucked up way.
Oh, I think most kidnappings are fucked up.
Nah, I mean the connection being fucked up. No, in my head, I don't know why. Like it, like literally immediately, I was like, "What if it's the dad?
The
like
dad,
the estranged
Javier
father
Bardem isn't the dad?
No, he's not the dad. He's like a family friend.
Oh,
or
he's
like a cousin.
Oh,
it's not really clear.
Well, we'll find out when we watch it. If we watch it,
we probably won't. It's like this is North Dakota, and unfortunately,
we probably won't. At least you're being honest.
Maybe I will. Maybe we'll like make a point to like watch it in like something instead of Big Banter one week.
We're gonna forget about it literally 10 minutes after we're done recording this. Maybe while we're recording this. Most of the time,
put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
We don't even remember the movie we picked for Bin Banter most of the time, or went and saw.
Why are you telling people our secrets?
Because they gotta know. Because we're movies for the people.
I'm not telling you secrets anymore. You don't get that all my secrets anymore.
But I want to know them.
No.
Fine. It's time for my trailer.
Fine. You got a good trailer because all the other trailers were shitty this week.
My trailer this week is a tale as old as time. It's about an animal, but not just any animal. A pretty big animal with pretty big ears.
Like Beast Boy turning into like a whale? Do whales have big ears?
This is called Whale. It's about a whale who can do sonic rings in the ocean, and they go out and they save monsters, and they save boats from monsters.
No, I thought you were saving monsters from
Bermuda
boats.
Triangle.
Wow.
It looks deep, compelling, and a little bit sad. So bring some tissues.
You said deep, and I was like, man, is that a pun? But then you said compelling, and I was like, wow. You're right, it is.
Okay, so my movie for the week is Dumbo. It is about an elephant, for you kids out there who have never seen Dumbo, who can fly.
A flying elephant.
A flying elephant.
But birds fly. Elephants are too heavy.
Not this one. It's got big ears.
But that doesn't make any sense. Aerodynamics disagrees.
It's Tim Burton.
Okay.
He's directing it. We've got other people. We've got Danny DeVito playing the ringmaster. Hey, shut up out there.
You won't go to the window and say it to their faces.
I won't. It's also got why is his name escaping me? Batman. Michael Keaton.
No.
It's got Michael Keaton, and it's also got the guy from the original Fantastic Beast. who I'm pretty sure his name is Colin Farrell. I think that's his name.
Who was originally Grindelwald?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that his actual name?
Pretty sure. Somebody like bitched at me about how they're really unhappy. Like they really wanted Johnny Depp to be Grindelwald, but like not in place of Colin Farrell.
Yeah, it is Colin Farrell.
Mm.
But yeah, we got Colin Farrell, and he's the father of these two kids. Colin Farrell's got one arm in this, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, he's a guy with one arm out here handling flying elephants, and you think your job sucks?
I don't anymore, but thanks.
But yeah, they take Dumbo's mom away, and then it's a story about Dumbo being in a circus and trying to save his mama. Mama,
Mama, I love you.
Mama, I'm hungry.
Mama, you're the queen of my heart.
Sing it.
I was not singing that real, and I'm not going to for this podcast. I will only ever sing that song for my mother. I did on her 40th birthday. She cried.
I've never sung for my mother. Mom, if you're listening, ain't gonna happen. Just kidding, Mom. I love you, but I won't sing for you. You don't want that.
Maybe she does.
I don't think so. What song would I sing?
A
Only
song
thing I
for
can
Mama?
think of is Kanye.
It's literally called A Song for Mama. Just sing a song for Mama.
I don't know that song.
Well, then look it up and sing it. Have you seen Soul Food?
Nope. Yeah, I have.
No, okay.
With the
Then you've heard that song.
It's been a long time since I've seen that movie. Back when I used to go to my dad's house. Quite some time, guys.
Not even going to comment on that.
Should we get into bin banter?
Yeah, before people start questioning your relationship with your dad.
All right, what did we pick this week for bin banter?
There was a lot of good material to pick from bin banter.
Was there?
There was so much potential on the top of the bin.
Top of the band, the bomb.
We had the Hateful Eight. We had Adventure Time, Jen and what were their names? Jake and Finn Investigations for Wii U.
That was a great film, masterpiece. I think Marty Scorsese produced that one, right?
It makes sense. It would take a lot. You'd take a triple threat for that. What else did we have? We had B-movie. We had nothing but the best to pick from. And this week, we picked The Hunger Games, Mockingbird Part 2.
Mockingjay.
Mockingbird. I don't respect that movie.
Yeah. This was not a good movie. This is not a good franchise.
I don't know what happened because I feel like there's so much potential that just didn't go anywhere with these movies. I feel like part of me says like you should like these movies, but I don't. And I just don't know why. Like even looking,
feel it right here in your heart. Are you learning the ways of Ace?
Like literally, I remember as soon as they started the movie, it goes. It's like it's literally like a transition from one scene to another. It's like if a scene cut to black and then somebody woke up, which is exactly what happened.
Well, here's the thing. They ended the last one, and then they come to this one, part 2,
in the middle of a scene.
And all of the weight is gone from the movie. And then all this stuff happens. You're like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care about these people.
Right.
I don't love them.
And also...
Even Mahershala. And I love Mahershala.
Mahershala was cool.
I was like, Mahershala's dead? Well, guess what? I don't care.
Well, first off, Mahershala being like, he wasn't made into a character for you to really get to like appreciate.
I don't love any of them. They all trash. Jennifer Lawrence with her non-range having ass.
Well, first off, also Katniss is just like, I don't know if Katniss is a character for Jennifer Lawrence because Katniss is just an asshole. Like Katniss has always been an asshole.
Jennifer Lawrence is an asshole.
Yeah, but like not that kind of asshole. Jennifer Lawrence is like the asshole. Like, I'm sorry, but every time I like think of Jennifer Lawrence, I just think of that clip where she's like, "Where's the pizza?" Like, at least she's like funny sometimes. And like, Katniss is just like the type of person who like, you go to work and you're like, "Hey, Katniss, how's your day going?" And she's like, "Don't worry about how my day is going. Do your fucking job." That's the kind of asshole Katniss is. And so I don't really like her as a character, just because I don't like people like that. But I don't know. It just seems like there's this world that was built, and I've talked about this before. Like, I love seeing like expansive worlds where there's like so much going on. Like, it's something that's completely separate from what we have. You know, there's always some way for you to look deeper into what's going on. And it's just like not exciting for me with this movie.
It's not. It's upsetting. The first one, great. We were all there like, yeah, you kill that kid, Katniss. You do it. Or you kill that kid, other kid. It was hype. It was
Peter?
A bunch of kids killing kids. That's what
It was Battle Royale.
That's what people signed up for. They wanted that Fortnite shit. All right.
When I say Battle Royale, I'm talking about the Japanese classic original genre-defining Battle Royale.
Watch that. You know why? Because it's a Japanese movie. We're talking about white people movies. We're talking about the movies that make the big bucks.
That explains why there were like no Asian people in these movies. How many Asian people were in these movies that you remember? No, okay. Not counting extras, because extras, even though like most of the extras were like very much white.
Like important Asians?
Yeah.
0.
I'm trying to think if there's like anybody who was ever an important Asian. Were like any of the like combatants ever Asian?
No. There was no one Asian in this movie. They killed them off.
They killed all the Asian people.
Or the Asians are just living their life in Asia still. It's like, fuck off.
That's another thing. I wish we like
Naruto.
knew what was going on in the rest of the world.
Death and destruction in anime.
You know what would make this movie better? Is
Asians.
if the fucking Japanese just showed up in Gundams. That would be fucking amazing.
That would have been great. Oh, fuck. It would have been like the scene in fucking, what was the movie with the Gundam?
Fucking
Ready Player One.
Yeah.
Or
That was
like,
great.
When he just randomly showed up with that Gundam that he'd been meditating for like 30 minutes. That's what it would be like. And then you just cheer and you'd be like, yes, kill Katniss. Yes, kill that bitch.
I'm just trying to figure out, like, who do we care about in this movie, right?
PETA? Kinda.
Only person I like really was like unhappy with dying was Prim.
Rue?
I mean, well, like not in the franchise, but in this movie.
Oh, in this movie?
Oh, actually, Fennec. I was annoyed with Fennec dying because Fennec was that nigga.
Fennec, Mahershala, and Prim.
Yeah.
Oh, and Snow.
Why?
Because he was just a man trying to do his job.
He was a
He
dick.
was keeping things in order.
He was a dick.
Look what happened now. A bunch of kids are dead. They could have just lost
he was a
10
dick.
every, 15 years? No, they lost them all.
Or they could have just not. Like I actually remember when we were talking about this, saying that like during the movie, there's a scene where they have all these. They're basically called pods, and they're like these ridiculous booby traps that like at one point they fill up a fucking square, like a town square of like fucking tar. They have like machine guns around the fucking city. They like go through this hallway where the lights turn into fucking like, I don't even know what to call them. Like just standing under them literally disintegrate you. It's like some shit out of fucking Dead Space. The amount of money they spent on fucking building booby traps could have fixed the entire fucking economy.
True.
The amount of money that they spend on like all of their fucking arms could have fixed the entire fucking economy. Like people could be living normal fucking lives, but they put on this bullshit show for
Do they have
the
money?
mega rich. They have money. They have to have money. Because people aren't just doing shit to do shit in like the big city. What is it? District 1? Is that the nice one?
In the capital?
Capital, whatever. But like, they have to have money.
I think you just, once you make it to the capital, if you're in the capital, they're just like, yo, my nigga, live your life. Do what you do. This is free. Take that. You need a whip. We got you.
Oh, that's even worse. Because like,
You want to see some kids die? We got you. You get taken care of. If you don't like it in District 12, maybe you got to go kill some kids so that you can live your life in the capital.
that's bullshit. It's bullshit and you know it.
Hey, man.
You ain't
I
gonna
don't
go
make
kill
the
some
rules.
kids to be in fucking in the capital. Don't look at me like that, nigga, because you wouldn't. You would die.
I would die. Them niggas were training. that one white dude that with the spiky hair from the first one, that nigga would have killed me, bruh. Instantly. He was out there cutting throats in 10 seconds in. He lived for that.
Yeah, no.
That was his goal in life. My goal is to just watch movies and talk about them. I'm
Well,
not fighting that nigga.
lucky for you, you're doing that. Not the fighting part. Clearly.
Yeah. It was a trash movie. I think we both agree. It was a trash franchise.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty sure I fell asleep.
I think he did at one point.
I'm not gonna lie, I know I fell asleep.
There was definitely points where I was just like, this is stupid. This should have just been one movie. I think if it was one movie, it would have been so much better.
Yeah.
Like, there was so much just extra shit that they didn't need, and I hated it all.
It's just like there's this weird building of this shitty world when we could have like built on the characters. Like the fact that there are so many people who died that we didn't care about, I take issue with that. Like the twins, for instance.
There was twins?
Yes, the people,
the ones that were shooting out that window?
Yeah, and I don't know why the fuck they did that, but literally when, I mean, and this goes back to Katniss being a dick, literally when she's being introduced to these people, she sees fucking Finnick and is like, oh, Finnick?
Shit was dumb funny.
She just walked right past this group of people who are being introduced in like the middle of conversation. Doesn't even say hi to these people.
Yeah.
Like,
fuck Katniss and fuck what is her name?
Jennifer Lawrence?
Yeah, Jennifer Lawrence. I hate her.
Do you?
No, I don't hate her.
I know.
But I just feel like she's not as good as people make her out to be. Can someone get this bitch a mid-range? She's either showing no emotion or she is showing over-the-top emotion. Over the top.
You don't want her to cry so hard she drools?
I don't want it to just hang there. It was disgusting. Jennifer Lawrence, you are a nasty person.
You know what the worst thing about you saying that is? You know, I'm not even gonna say it. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it the fuck alone.
Yeah, you leave that alone.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, get a mid-range. Jennifer Lawrence.
And you better not be trash in this next X-Men movie.
She probably will be. She had no...
I said better not.
She will.
No.
Okay. God, you don't gotta be... Like, I'm wearing trash headphones right now, and I felt the bass from that no. My nigga, don't talk to me like that. Well, I think... What would you say for bin banter? Should people go buy it from the bin?
No. I'm sorry.
I'm
not sorry. Fuck that. Why would I say that?
Buy the first movie and never watch any of the other ones.
Read the books.
Don't read.
I don't even... No, don't discourage people from reading, you asshole.
It's 2018. In 3 years, reading will be extinct.
Fuck that. Absolutely not.
I mean, 3 years, people will probably be extinct. So.
And aliens will read.
Aliens don't read. They just get it.
They probably read alien shit.
Maybe. You think, like, say the world went extinct, right? Like, everyone was dead. But, like, things were still there. People, like, aliens would come to this planet and they'd pick up, like, Spider-Man and think we were superhumans.
No, because it's made apparent that in Spider-Man, he's, like, unique.
But they'd think that that was real.
I mean, it might be. Have you ever watched Stanley's Superhumans? Have you ever seen that show?
No.
It's pretty interesting, actually. It's like they go around looking for people who, like, have abilities that are not normal.
Like what?
Like there's
I don't know why I sounded so like upset. Like what?
Like the first two to come up, there's like this guy in I think it's like Brooklyn. He's like a Buddhist monk, and he has the force. Like he has this like the 1-inch punch. You know, like Bruce Lee. This dude weighs like 150 pounds, and like the force behind his punch is equivalent to that of like being hit by the average sports sedan at 35 miles an hour.
I don't believe it.
You don't have to believe it. Go watch the show.
I might have.
There's a guy who has lived with wolves and fucking howls at the same, like, he doesn't just sound like a wolf when he howls. He does it on the same frequency that wolves howl on.
Yeah.
Which is...
Humans are dope.
Yeah, humans are dope, but I'm just saying that, like, people do, like, crazy shit.
But can a nigga fly?
Who knows? Maybe, and he just doesn't want niggas to know that he can fly. That's kind of the basis of, like, most superheroes having secret identities.
Then where's a superhero? Like, if I could fly, I'd be a superhero day one. I'd be like, all right,
I feel
I'm
like
gonna go get some
most
tights.
people are, like, too selfish to be superheroes, and the only people who want to be superheroes are the people who are, like, willing to be vigilantes and don't have powers.
I've
like,
always decided, like, if I got powers, I would just use them for personal gain. Like, I'd go be an athlete somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, super strength, I'm playing football. And I am trucking every nigga everywhere. I'm getting the Niners another ring.
Are you?
If I get super strength, any scientists out there
unfortunately,
willing to test on me to give me super strength?
Yeah. Hunger Games, we, like, didn't enjoy so much that now we're talking about superpowers. Because that's more entertaining.
Don't ever watch Mockingjay Part 2 if you haven't seen it. The only Hunger Games worth seeing is the first one. And I think it's time for our spoiler discussion.
Yeah. Get the fuck away from Hunger Games, please. You know what you should do? You should take your receipt and go get your money back.
I don't know if I can because it was new when I opened it.
That doesn't matter. Walmart doesn't care.
I should.
I can guarantee you Walmart doesn't care.
I have a few, but I probably can't return most of them now.
7
the only one I
days.
want to keep is Turner and Hooch.
Pretty much. I just want you to know that we literally almost watched Turner and Hooch again over watching Mockingjay Part 2.
Go see Turner and Hooch.
Go get it. Find it somewhere. Hell, you can probably find it on YouTube at this point.
Yeah.
It's
Shout
an
out
old
to Tom
movie.
Hanks.
and whatever that dog's name was.
And Hercules.
What?
That's his name.
Is it?
No.
I was gonna say, did you look it up?
No.
Okay. He's
But
gonna
he deserves it,
he's
Oscar.
gonna lie to me in front of the people.
His name is Good Boy.
He was a good boy. He was the goodest boy.
He was the best boy.
Anyway,
yeah.
moving on. If you haven't seen Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, if you haven't seen Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald, which is the second movie in the series,
Yeah, it came out, a little while ago.
then go watch it and come back and listen to this, our spoiler full review. It's gonna be great.
Please go, come back, listen. If you've already seen it, stay. Don't turn this shit off.
I would quote Scar, but that would be wrong. Run away and promptly return. Promptly.
Where were we?
Okay, so basically, just like a quick summary, Newt goes home and he's living his life like it's golden, but he's single, and that kind of sucks. I know how it feels. And he's in love with, what's her name?
Dina.
No. Queenie's sister. Why can I
It was
remember?
Dina.
Was it really?
Probably not.
I thought, okay.
I'm usually wrong about things like this. Tina. I said Dina, Tina. I was close. Closer than I usually am.
They love each other, but they're so far away, and they can't really admit that because she thought Newt got married to his sister-in-law to be, because that was a whole confusing thing. Once love, but it's not that important anymore. I mean, it is important, I guess.
They still love each other.
Yeah, but like sister and brother-in-law to be.
No.
Wait. I have an issue with you.
Why?
You have a hole in your sock.
Yeah.
Your feet are on my bed.
Are you upset about that?
A little bit. I mean, it ain't by my pillow, but if it was by my pillow, we would really have issues. I've given so many people. I'm sorry. I just had to.
Sorry.
I've never put my feet on somebody else's bed with, but that's just how I am. I'm sorry. You can cut this out if you want to.
No, I'm leaving it.
I enjoyed the movie. I thought a lot happens. I don't want to. I mean, obviously, we're in the spoiler full review, but I think I enjoyed seeing more of the wizarding world outside of Hogwarts, which is like great because we've spent so many movies in Hogwarts. I think what we got was a natural progression of events from the first one, so I don't think that it's that big of a deal that there wasn't as much focus on the magical creatures specifically, as opposed to what you believe.
Well, I'd say there's you get the scene where he goes into his little bookcase and you see all his animals.
It's not a bookcase; it's a briefcase.
It's a briefcase. Sorry.
Bookcases are much larger.
They are. And then you see all the animals. You see Kelpie, which was a dope scene. Kelpie is dope. But that's really it.
And
then
all the little nifflers.
The cat thing.
So many nifflers. Baby nifflers. Adult nifflers. Adolescent nifflers. They're just out there trying to get the bag, and you disrespect them by acting like they ain't in the movie. They want to get paid too.
I just think that, to me, there wasn't, the whole first scene with Grindelwald escaping. That was so garbage. Like it was all way too dark.
Because it was dark outside in the middle of a storm.
What I'm saying is they do that for a reason.
Right.
Because the special effects aren't good, so that they hide it because it's dark. It's the same thing as cuts with fight scenes. That's why they make things dark like that. And
I don't agree with that.
no, that is a fact.
Okay, what about the special effects is bad in that particular scene?
It's so dark. Like,
okay, but here's the thing, right? You say the special effects are bad because it's dark, but then you say it's dark because they're hiding this bad special effects. So what are specifically the bad special effects?
nothing looked realistic. Like it was also fast paced that they had to make it dark so you couldn't really see things. So it wasn't in great detail. I think at the 10th movie, is this 10th? This is the 10th movie in the franchise.
Mm-hmm.
They could do better. They should be giving us great scenes. Like, with spectacular action. Every time. Especially when they've made as much money as Harry Potter has. Now, the next big fight scene. When was it?
We're gonna wait a little bit. I just want to say that I disagree with like all of that.
Why?
Because I don't think it was bad. I don't think the special effects were bad. Nor do I think that they were hiding it by making it dark.
Okay, what would you say is better, that scene or the scene in Harry Potter where they're flying and they have all the Harry Potters disguised, all the people disguised as Harry Potter?
I don't even remember which Harry Potter was that.
6, I think. No, that's 7. Yeah, 7.
So Deathly Hallows Part 1.
Yeah. It's clear. Like, it's dark, but it's still clear.
Is it in the middle of a storm?
Yes. This looked computer generated while they were doing it.
Mm-hmm.
All those people flying on the brooms behind them looked bad.
I'm going to have to go back and look at that scene.
The one from the original Harry Potter, it looks better than this one. And it came out, what, 7 years ago?
2011? Yeah, 7 years ago.
Damn, I'm good.
We've had this conversation before. Don't act like you just remember. We talked about this shit like 3 days ago.
Did we?
Yes.
Oh. I just don't think that is the quality of work they should be giving us at the 10th movie in a franchise.
So, okay. What was the next thing you were going to move on to?
There's 2 big fight scenes.
Well, there's the last one.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Then what was in between those 2?
There's when Credence loses his shit and is trying to like destroy. I don't remember that guy's name. When he's in the house and
what happened to that guy?
He went with them at the end.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. They could have at least had a little bit more wizard fighting. Like when did we really get to see 2 grown ass wizards fighting in the original Harry Potters?
Order of Phoenix was like the first time.
The 5th book. Who was fighting in there? That was when that was with Sirius Black, right? When he died.
I mean, we don't like 2 grown ass wizards fighting each other is not really a thing until like it doesn't happen on the regular until like they're like literally at war. Like wizards don't really fight like that. Throughout like the entire series, they're like fighting like Dementors and fucking giant spiders.
I would like to see some dope fights. These are... One of these is considered a war hero. Fucking Newt's brother is considered a war hero. That nigga did nothing.
Okay, but here's the problem with you saying that he did nothing, right? Being a war hero against regular niggas is one thing. Being a war hero against Grindelwald or Dumbledore is a completely different thing.
That is true.
Because, let's be real, Grindelwald killed a lot of fucking people in a very short amount of time and wasn't very active about it at all.
He wasn't. I really like that scene. I didn't like the action scene that came after with the dragons. I just feel like that was pointless.
I enjoyed it. I don't think it was pointless. I think that the entire point of it, first off, he was still trying to, like, it's weird. He wasn't even there. It was like a spell that he used and it just went on by itself. Anyway, which speaks to how powerful a wizard he is. It was one of those things where the implications of that scene, right, are every witness is dead other than the people who were in that crowd. And this calamity, if it had not been stopped by the characters and Nicholas Flamel, which, like, of all people was very surprising because, like,
he is weird.
Yeah, but like he's not in, like, everybody knows who he is, but he's never like in anything until this one, so that was cool.
Yeah.
This is a calamity that happens immediately after, like they said, he specifically says it, like, if they had not stopped it, it would have wiped out all of Paris. And that's Grindelwald's play. Because he's like, the fucking Aurors just came in and killed someone. And he tells everybody to leave. He's like, we're not the violent ones. Everyone leaves. Everybody knows that this started at this place. And the Aurors were the ones doing wild shit. The entirety of Paris gets wiped out. And who's to blame? Everybody who saw what happened thinks the Aurors did it. Because that makes sense.
I think they would know that the Aurors didn't do that unless Paris was dumb.
Well, Paris doesn't need to know. Paris is fucking dead. But the rest of the wizarding world is like, oh, this was caused because these guys didn't want Grindelwald to live his best life.
Like, everybody knows Grindelwald's a bad guy. Like,
that's not true. There are tons of people that don't agree with Grindelwald being a bad guy. That's the entire point of this bullshit political struggle.
There's a lot of people who do. But, like,
I'm going to tell you why.
Are going to not be like, you know who set a bunch of dragons out on Paris? The Aurors. No one's going to believe that shit.
If Grindelwald says so, first off, Grindelwald is a very persuasive person. All right, if he wasn't, Queenie's ass wouldn't have went with him, and like the thousands of people who were going to follow him wouldn't have went with him. But the thing is, you know that Grindelwald isn't just this nigga that like people don't agree with when we're draping giant black fucking curtains over the entirety of Paris and nobody has a fucking problem with it. But everybody knows that that's Grindelwald shit. So clearly there are more supporters. Not only are there more supporters of Grindelwald, but this is just Paris.
True.
And even years later in the Harry Potter movies, there's still a lot of issue with people and their bullshit pureblood mentality.
I mean, they shouldn't mix, but that's neither here nor there.
Says the mixed guy.
Fucking
mudbloods.
I've always wanted like someone as a racial slur to call me that. Like I just feel like that'd be the funniest shit on earth. But what I was gonna say is the black drapes. So much better of a calling card than the fucking cloud in the air.
Yeah. I think Grindelwald was a better villain than Voldemort.
I think so too. I mean, they can actually kill a kid.
Yeah.
Like some people, Moldy, Mr. Riddle.
I'm gonna tell you. First off, I think Grindelwald was a better villain because, in a sense, the stakes were higher. Like, I think we know how this plays out to a certain degree because we know what happens in Harry Potter. But
I think Dumbledore's gonna die.
We're just gonna get fake Vold, and we're just gonna find out that the Dumbledore we knew was not really Dumbledore.
That'd be crazy.
It would. Almost as crazy as the end of the movie. But we're gonna come back to that. Maybe that might be part of it. Anyway, fuck was I saying? Oh yeah, Grindelwald. I think Grindelwald is a better villain for the simple fact that, like, with Harry, there was always this weird, like, Harry's not gonna die because Voldemort's got to kill Harry. They had that connection, and I mean, I guess we didn't know necessarily that the only person who was really feasibly gonna kill Harry was Voldemort, but it was one of those things where, like, you never really felt like there was that risk of Harry himself dying. Like, everybody else is free game, but Harry is the boy who lived.
Yeah.
You know, whereas, like, in Fantastic Beasts, Grindelwald hasn't even really killed any. Did he kill anybody in the first movie?
No, he hasn't done that. Fire shit was the only shit he really did. No, he didn't kill anybody. Did he kill one of the drivers of the cart when he was escaping?
No. He didn't kill the people in the cart, and I'm tell you, I mean, he like threw them off the carriage, so whether or not they saved themselves are a thing. But like, he made a very
Don't use that Batman mentality. I just
No.
fucked them up real bad.
No,
If
I'm gonna
they
tell you-
died, that's
I'm
on
gonna-
them.
I'm gonna tell you why that's on them. Because when he threw the last, I don't remember why this guy was important, but he threw the last person out of the carriage and made sure that nigga had his wand before he hit the water. Saved his ass.
True.
So he didn't kill anybody.
And he didn't kill the kid. He had
somebody else do it.
Yeah.
But like, he
killed people later with the fire.
Yeah, but I think he was a better villain because Voldemort was one of those people who, like, everything was done with force. Like, even though he was persuasive because of fear.
Yeah, no one believed in him.
Whereas, like, Grindelwald is, like, swaying people. And, like,
It's kind of like Johnny Depp. He's so good at acting that you support him even though he's a huge piece of shit.
right.
Maybe he was the perfect person to play him.
I'm happy you said that because I've thought that. I was like even with, like, I love Pirates of the Caribbean, and I'm really annoyed that they're, like, planning on getting rid of him as Jack Sparrow. Not because he's a great person, but he's just such a great Jack Sparrow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now I'm hearing Lonely Island in my head. Fucking Michael Bolton. This is the tale of Captain Jack Sparrow. Have you not heard that song?
No.
Oh my God, we have to listen to that song after this.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do.
I don't like Lonely Island.
We're gonna listen to that song after this fucking episode. So yeah, I think Grindelwald was a better villain. Also, he would fuck Voldemort up, Horcruxes or not.
He would destroy all seven and like just
He
right
would
there.
fuck Voldemort up so bad, specifically Voldemort, that the other Horcruxes would just fucking break. Harry would have died.
Well, Grindelwald was in the original Harry Potter movies, and I think it was with Voldemort. There's a scene where I think Voldemort goes to Azkaban, and he meets up with Grindelwald, who's in a cell, and he's old. He'd fuck him up though.
He would.
Because he was an old man at that point, and he'd been in a cell for, I mean, when does this take place? 1920? And those take place in 1980. So he's been in a cell for a solid 60 years.
Yeah. He would.
Actually, those were in probably like the 90s because it was a later movie. 70 years. God damn.
And he would still fuck Voldemort up.
So, what'd you think of Queenie?
I was so torn with her. Like, I get that she was in love. And, like, people do crazy shit when they're in love. Including charming their boyfriends.
Mm-hmm.
But to go with Grindelwald, I just feel like I don't know what's going to happen with her character anymore. Because originally she was going for her love. And she leaves because she feels like that's been betrayed.
I wasn't expecting it
At all.
that towards the end. Besides that fight, they just had some twist, bro.
Right.
I was not expecting Queenie to go with them. She always seemed like a down chick who'd be there for her man.
And that's the problem, though.
She's
Like in her head, that's what, like, everything she was doing was for them. And
doesn't she hear what he's saying? Isn't he saying like to kill muggles? And
no, he doesn't say to kill muggles. That's the thing. Like, he, at least not around her. He doesn't say that around her. He says it to his followers that he doesn't think that like, he's like, we're not gonna kill them all. There has to be a beast of burden, which is like really shitty because like she's literally calling them cattle. But he doesn't say bad things about muggles unless he's in with his like inner circle. So no, she didn't hear that, and I don't know why she never really thinks that. I mean, I guess he's just that great at fucking manipulating people that even reading his mind isn't something that she thinks of.
maybe he's just so powerful she can't.
That's a possibility. Although I think if that were the case, they would have made a point to note that.
You'll never know.
Yeah, but I feel worse for fucking Jacob than Queenie at this point. Because
I do too.
I mean, both of them were in a shitty situation because they were trying to do what was best for their relationship, and they didn't agree on what that was. And who knows where it's gonna go now?
So there is a new Dumbledore in town.
Yep.
I don't remember what the fuck his first date was. He said it. I was like, I'm never gonna learn how to pronounce that.
I knew it until you said it. It's like Aurelius.
Aurelius.
I think it is.
God damn, J.K. Rowling. How do you name these motherfuckers? You're so good at it. They give him that wand. They tell him he's a Dumbledore. That nigga channels his pent up magic through that shit and blows up a fucking mountain. Now let me tell you something. That is what I want in this third installment of Fantastic Beast. I want to see motherfuckers fighting and mountains blowing up.
It is Aurelius Dumbledore. You're not going to get niggas just fighting, blowing shit up. Like, he's probably going to be that strong. And Dumbledore and Grindelwald are going to be that strong. But most niggas are just going to be that strong. Gonna be. Dumbledore and Grindelwald cannot fight.
Exactly. So there's going to be some big fight of them all in a war, but then them two are fighting each other, but they can't fight each other, so they're fighting the people around them. Then there's going to be a scene where they almost attack each other, and they're like, oh. Then they kiss real quick and go back to fighting.
Oh my god!
And that's the third movie, and then a mountain blows up.
I think honestly, Credence is what I'm going to refer to him as. Did
I call him by the wrong name?
No. You called him other. I mean.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I find it really weird that he wasn't that powerful already. Like, I mean, I guess the wand is for channeling, but
he was that powerful. He just couldn't launch it in a certain direction. He can just blow up. He was the bomb. Now he can shoot the bomb.
What I mean by that is, I don't think, I find it weird that, like, when he is losing it as like a fucking, I can't even think of the name of the shit right now. As when he's losing it as an Obscurious, he's not that powerful. Like, what's the random guy who kills his mother's servant can block his fucking like all out attack as an Obscurious. And I was like waiting for his little fucking bubble shield to crack and he just get crushed. And it didn't happen. I was really disappointed. I was like, fuck this dude. I don't know who he is, but fuck him.
I mean, put that guy up against a mountain and we'll see how powerful he really is.
Is that the new wizarding punching bag? You test it by seeing if you can blow up a mountain?
No, we got to throw him at the mountain. We're testing his durability here.
Oh, okay.
He's got to be in that bubble thing.
Who's throwing him?
Hagrid. Hagrid's brother.
I don't know. We'll see what happens with Credence.
I don't think he's a Dumbledore.
I think he is.
If he is, that's dope. I don't believe it though.
I get why you would say why you would think he isn't, but I feel like he's not like a Dumbledore in the sense of like everybody thinks that just because he's a Dumbledore, he's got to be like Dumbledore's like brother or fucking, maybe he's just like someone on the family tree that falls under the name Dumbledore.
He's literally said you're Dumbledore's brother. He said your brother wants to destroy you.
I don't remember him saying that. I remember him saying No, he didn't. He wasn't talking about Dumbledore. He was talking about the black guy, the other Lestrange brother.
That nigga's dead, isn't he?
No. He was there with them after they sealed the fucking dragons off.
No, he was talking about Dumbledore. Because they literally cut to Dumbledore when he was like, your brother wants to destroy you. And they showed him and Newt walking on the bridge.
No, because the last scene of that movie was him saying that and him giving him the wand and then blowing up the mountain. There was nothing after that.
No, like as he's saying it, he's like, your brother wants to destroy you. And they show Newt and Dumbledore on the bridge. These are big facts, people. Back me up here.
We'll see.
We'll see when it comes to Blu-ray.
I don't know if I don't recall that happening in particular, but we'll see.
It did.
Either way,
he's not a Dumbledore. He's like I said, he's Broly of the Harry Potter universe.
Then why does he get a phoenix?
Why does he get a phoenix?
Yeah.
Because
the myth says if a Dumbledore is ever in need, a phoenix will appear to them, and he's in need. He's having an identity crisis right now.
Grindelwald gave him that phoenix. Grindelwald has been playing this long game. For
There's
years.
no proof that Grindelwald gave him that phoenix. When he walked into the room, he had the bird and ended up turning into a phoenix, but we don't know where he got that bird from.
From Grindelwald, way back when.
When?
When he found it.
Where?
At the store.
He ain't Newt. You don't just find phoenixes.
He's pretty much Newt.
No. Does he have nifflers? No. You know how I know he doesn't have a niffler? Because Newt's niffler stole their fucking blood pack pendant.
Yeah, shout out to that niffler.
He was with, oh man, he went through the most. He almost died for that fucking pendant.
I'm very interested to see how this next one plays out. It might make me like this one better. And I'm probably gonna have to watch this one again. But as of right now, that's where my opinion stands. It's a good movie. It's just not up to par with the rest of the Harry Potter franchise.
I enjoyed it, and I do think it's up to par. But I will say that while I don't agree with your opinion, you're entitled to it because in every series there are those movies that don't hit you as hard as the other ones. And if this is that movie for you, then I will accept that. I think we've already established that we should see it in theaters. So what are you rating it?
What am I rating it?
Yeah.
3 out of 5.
3 out of 5? I would say, honestly, I go to 4.
4?
I really enjoyed it.
You really enjoyed
I really enjoyed it. I was very happy after watching that. I've actually talked to people about it and just gotten so excited.
Yeah, I just felt like it was lackluster. I don't know, but we'll find out with the third one about the Dumbledores and about all these crazy things that happened at the end of that movie.
And what the fuck happened to Queenie and Jacob? I really want them to be okay. Newt and Tina can do whatever. Tina's eyes look like fucking salamanders.
That was a great scene. And that's what I'm talking about. It needed more of that.
Which part? Like when she said it or when he was thinking about it?
Like when he was like...
Well, because he kept wanting to
tell
say it
her.
and Jacob told him
But
not
I mean,
to.
it means it needs more scenes like the when he told her that when he's like... and he was trying to say salamander but couldn't.
Because he knew he wasn't supposed to.
Yeah. Like they needed more fun stuff like that. Maybe a little bit more, what's his name? What's the old dude's name again?
Nicholas Flamel?
Yeah. He was funny.
Yeah.
When he was running, I was dying. I think a little bit more of that.
You didn't like the Jumbo Cat warp portal jump across Paris? It was fun. It was a joyride. He was like, this thing's so powerful it can take you across Paris in one leap. And they were like, well, is this thing ever going to jump? But when he meant jump, he meant jump. And jumper. Samuel L. Jackson almost popped in there ready to fight.
All right, guys. Well, this has been Movies for the People. Make sure, like we said, to follow us at ___ for the people on Instagram and Twitter. Where can they follow you at?
They can follow me at _Droid Waller on Instagram, Twitter, and I really don't fuck with you on Facebook. Don't use my Facebook. My Facebook is like for people.
You can find us on Facebook at Movies for the People.
Yeah, I fuck with you everywhere else, but Facebook's for friends and family. And if you are friends and family listening, thank you. You know what? We always shout out to Jeff. Shout out to Kendra.
Shout out to Kendra.
She's so engaged with our posts.
Yeah. Shout out to you, Kendra.
Thank you for listening.
And I guess shout out to Reggie too for that comment.
Ace don't read.
I don't read. But you can follow me at @sobase_ace on Twitter and on Instagram. So go out there and find us on social media. Communicate with us. Let us know what you thought. If you think I sound dumb, tell me. You think Droid sounds dumb? Tell him. But we might come fuck you up. All right. Have a great day, everyone.